Hello my motor enthusiasts. The Formula One Grand Prix is revving up to take Las Vegas by storm after 40 years of absence. The City of Sin will now be home to a brand new street circuit, with a good 2 kilometers stretching along the iconic Las Vegas Strip. But opinions are split. Will this be a victory lap for Liberty Media, the owners and promoters of the event, or will it tumble like a pair of loaded dice? Adding more fuel to the fire, the championship standings are heating up with Sergio Perez securing his spot as runner-up, while a fierce battle ensues for fourth place. The Las Vegas Grand Prix promises to be a night race like no other, leaving fans across the globe adjusting their alarms for the early morning action. With a cocktail of anticipation, rivalry, and excitement, this is one race you won't want to miss. Hi there, speed enthusiasts. You're in the cockpit with your host, Enzo.
And this is your co-pilot, William, reporting for duty.
We're here every day discussing the latest in the fast-paced world of Formula One on F1 Motor Fever podcast. Don't miss a beat, subscribe and hit that notification bell. Full throttle, everyone. So, as we were saying, the Grand Prix in Las Vegas is indeed causing a stir. Liberty Media has taken the wheel as the promoter of this event, investing a staggering $500 million. That's a bet of their own in the casino city, isn't it?
Quite right, and it's not just a financial gamble. This could greatly affect Formula One's popularity in the States. Many are skeptical about whether this hype will actually convert into a real spectacle.
And as we delve into championship standings, the Grand Prix in Sao Paulo has strengthened Sergio Perez's position as the runner-up. Max Verstappen is already the champion with 524 points, Perez is at 258, leading Lewis Hamilton who's at 226.
Absolutely, with a 32-point advantage and just 52 points left in the game, it's indeed a tall order for Hamilton to flip the situation in these final races.
Quite a roller coaster, isn't it? There's so much to look forward to. And it's not just the top of the leaderboard that's thrilling. The battle for fourth place is heating up. Fernando Alonso claimed the fourth spot with 198 points after a podium finish in Interlagos. But he's got Lando Norris and Carlos Sainz breathing down his neck with 195 and 192 points respectively.
And let's not forget the Constructors' Championships. Red Bull has a solid lead with 782 points. However, the fight for second place is still wide open with Mercedes at 382 points and Ferrari not far behind at 362.
Absolutely, with the race happening at night in Las Vegas, the timing, tension, and thrill are definitely going to be off the charts. But for now, that's where we'll leave our discussion. We will of course be back with more updates and analysis as the event unfolds. William, why don't we dive into some discussions from the online community? What's the latest chatter?
Alright, there's an interesting question posed by Playa del Wes. He's asking, quote, what are the implications of a starting grid that spans a turn, unquote.
That's a cracking question.
Indeed. And Blue Heart Glacier responds, quote, it's happened before, old Silverstone comes to mind. It's not a huge deal, there will be lights positioned down the grid if visibility is poor and the turn is shallow enough that it doesn't change too much about behavior, unquote.
So, it sounds like it's been done before.
Exactly, and there's more. Luke Karts shares a personal experience, quote, Croft is worse as the back of the grid start on the hairpin, which I've done before. Unfortunately at both these tracks it's almost impossible to see the lights so you just have to rely on the cars in front, unquote.
That sounds like a real challenge.
Surely does. Lastly, there's a bit of nostalgia when Ori Mori not Sorai reminisces, quote, then when Mika crashed at the restart commentator was casually like, oh it means Mika will have to commandeer Coulthard's car then, like imagine that happening today. F1 social media will lose its mind. Missed when F1 was still a little on the Wild West side and not the ultra-refined and polished thing it is today, unquote.
The good old days when the sport wasn't so polished. People do love a bit of nostalgia, don't they? But, you've got to move with the times. That's all we have time for today on F1 Motor Fever podcast. We've had a smashing time delving into the thrilling world of Formula One, analyzing past races, discussing predictions, and engaging with you, our wonderful audience. Remember, your input fuels our show. So, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and get your pals to do the same. Your feedback and engagement light up our grid.
Indeed, and who can resist a good natter about Formula One over a pint or a cuppa? It's certainly more interesting than discussing the weather. Remember, we're here daily, serving up a hearty helping of racing chatter.
Absolutely. A big thank you to all our listeners for the continued support. We'll catch you in the next episode. Until then. Wizapi, pedal to the metal, keep your gaze on the road, our channel's content is pure gold.